Morning, Pokefans. Welcome back to a brand new video. It's been a while, 100%, and happy Friday. The hot weather is finally over, so here's the quick rundown of what happened Sunday night when you guys saw the last video to now. So Monday through Wednesday night, we had really high temperatures, and trying to do testing to maybe record on my laptop. Lost power at least twice. For a few minutes, and I don't know if it's just me or if it was everyone on my block, but they do send out a warning that everyone shouldn't turn on their AC or we might blow the grid, and we might have done that. At least my duplex or townhouse that I live in, we did lose power for a few minutes in a few rooms, not all of it, but in a few rooms. And yeah, so there's that. I would have returned Thursday night, well, last night, but still doing testing on the power and making sure everything worked well. So instead of recording, I decided to just sit and hopefully wait till my room cooled off, because it was still 90, like upper 90s, but it wasn't like incredibly hot. So there's that. But I'm back now, and we'll continue on with our climb through the ranked ladder using a team that we built from scratch. Worlds is over, has been over for a while. Podcast is being pushed to possibly Sunday afternoon or evening-ish, not afternoon, but evening-ish. We're not 100% sure on the time just yet. I'm still working with the other two co-hosts on a schedule to record that. The reason is that we usually record on Saturdays, but because of the fact that I have to work overtime on Saturday, my entire afternoon that I would record it is shot. So trying to do it the following day. And we might have two of us this time. It depends on what we decide to do, but there's that. We'll be speaking about Pokemon Go, because Go Fest is the following weekend. So when the podcast comes out, it'll be like a few days before Go Fest has started. I think we'll be talking about Baldur's Gate 3 as well, just because we're going to be slowly branching off of the Pokemon stuff for a minute, because there's a lot of stuff that we could talk about on other ventures that we're currently, exploring, and then maybe get back onto the topic of like our 2024 ventures. There's a lot of regionals that are coming out. So we might be traveling a bit to play in some regional events. So there's that, and maybe more. Depends on how we're all feeling at the time. So that's all the announcements. We'll get right into our first actual battles for the week. That's awesome. I'm super excited to get back into this and see how my rank has plummeted. I don't know what rank we are now, but I bet you it's not as great as it was. So do the YouTube things, leave a like of the video, subscribe if you're new, and leave a comment down below. I do reply to any and all comments that you guys leave behind, and subscribe to hit our goal of 400 by the end of the month and 1,000 by the end of the year. And I know that we could do it, and I believe in that, because with your guys' help, we've been able to smash other records. Currently at 375 subs. I've never been this high before, so let's go for it and continue growing, shall we? Hey, not bad. We're only 5,600. I thought we would be worse than this. Let's get to it. All right, our first match has Armarouge, Indeedee, Sneasler, Therian Landorus, Dragonite, and Chien-Pao. Interesting. So we could possibly walk in with our own strat of Chien-Pao, Dragonite, and just try to outspeed them. I think I am set to Jolly, so my extreme speed should go off first, and it becomes a big old battle of, okay, who hits who, like more. But they do have Indeedee and Armarouge as well, so we won't be able to take advantage completely of that, but we could walk in with Dragonite, Chien-Pao nonetheless. And I think that's what we're gonna do. Walk in with Dragonite, Chien-Pao, almost said done, like we'll just walk in single Pokemon only. That would be kind of odd. We'll bring in Iron Hands. It's Indeedee. Indeedee is what's really tripping me up here. Iron Hands is still gonna be able to withstand quite a bit, but it's just the Psychic Field, the Psychic Surge. That's what's kind of tripping me up here. I want to bring in Tornadus, but I'm going to be faster than everything on that side of the field, except for Chien-Pao, but Dragonite's going to be extreme speeding. So we'll bring in Fluttermane instead. I mean, why not? Fluttermane's going to be the fastest Pokemon on my team with the booster energy, so I don't really have to worry about having Tailwind. This is going to be really different. I'm not actually bringing in my sub Pokemon. So Landorus and Armarouge versus Dragonite and Chien-Pao. Now, Intimidate's going to lower down my attacks one stage, which is totally fine. But now I can either go into Ice Spinner or Stomping Tantrum. I'm going to go into Stomping Tantrum first, and then Ice Spinner after that. Now, they're probably thinking, oh, I'm going to Extreme Speed into the Landorus, and that's going to do a little bit more damage, but it is -1 the attack. But they're going to Terra. I probably baited it out, so let's see. It's going to be Armarouge, and it's going to be Grass. Psychic. Okay, so Expanding Force. It's going to do a lot of damage to Dragonite, but not to Chien Pao. It's going to Endure. That's cool. I mean, Stomping Tantrum isn't going to do a whole lot of damage. Oh, you turn off its own weak armor to get the speed increase and to proc the weakness policy. Okay, so 2 in speed, 1 in special attack. No, 2 in attack and special attack. All right, all right. That was a scarfed. Indica now comes out. Second Surge. That was a scarfed Landorus, by the way. Ice Spinner will now go right into Indeedee slot, which is going to take away the Psychic Surge, so now I can use priority attacks. Doesn't really matter at those. The Rocky Helm from Indeedee is going to do a lot of damage. Stomping Tantrum right into... Oh! That would have KO'd him, but that would have done it. That would have KO'd him for sure. Okay. So, Stomping Tantrum on the Indeedee, and I think we're gonna Sucker Punch into the Armarouge, because he's gonna attack first. He's got +4 in speed now. Follow me. Oh, there goes Sucker Punch. Okay. I wish Sucker Punch wasn't redirected that way. That's kind of dumb in my opinion, but that's okay. Heat Wave will come off of the Armarouge, which is going to knock out our Chien Pao. Sorry, Chien Pao. Stomping Tantrum goes right into the Indeedee. Doesn't do a lot of damage, but it does do the job. Okay. I think Follow Me is faster than Fake Out, but I don't think it's really going to matter at this point. I am locked into Stomping Tantrum, which isn't bad per se, but Iron Hands will come out. Swap Pokemon to bring out Fluttermane. And I'll give it a try. Because the worst that could happen is he just follows me and I just hit the Indeedee right in the face with Fake Out. Now we'll get hit a lot with Heat Wave again, but I'm hoping that it's not the case. Withdrew Indeedee. Okay, never mind. Bringing out Landorus again, which is going to lower my attack one more time. Endure. Totally fine. Here comes the Fake Out. It will not KO it, but it will do just as good. Now he's probably going to swap out again. That's a +6. That's a +6. Well, we're not as weak to... But he's probably going to swap out again. So I'd rather not risk it. Yeah, he's probably going to swap out Landorus again to bring out Indeedee. That's the case here. Or you could bring in his fourth, but you would want to bring in Indeedee. Yep, there he is. Psychic Surge comes out again, preventing any and all priority moves. They just won't work. So we're going to Terra our Indeedee. Not Indeedee, Fluttermane. Wow. You tell I'm a little sloppy for not doing this for almost a week. Okay, so expanding force, that's gonna do a lot of damage. Oh, yeah, that's a lot of damage. They've got this. That's interesting. That's really interesting. I wasn't expecting Endure to not act like Protect. So, we're out of this match, guys. Armarouge is a little too strong with the weakness policy and the U-turn. So weak armor, guys. Weak armor. It's now seeing play, which I'm very happy for. That was so weird. Endure. All right, next match has a Zapdos, Therian Landorus, Chi-Yu, Iron Bundle, Iron Hands, and Pelipper. Okay, so obvious rain team. I don't know if it's gonna have Tailwind, but again, obviously it is a rain team. So in this point of view, we're gonna have to worry about a couple of things. One, Tailwind on that side of the field. Second, Hurricanes and Thunders from the Zapdos, and then whatever Pelipper's going to bring in. But we also have Iron Bundle on that side of the field that is going to possibly have the booster energy. I mean, you could have it on Iron Hands, but he's more like a fake out usage. And he could have other things, but why would you put a lot more investment into that Pokemon when you can just make it better by using Assault Vest, Citrus Berry? You can even make it have leftovers. So there's other ways that you can deal with that Pokemon. I'm gonna walk in with Tornadus, Fluttermane. We're gonna walk in with Urshifu and Qianpao. Yes. Now, Dragonite and Iron Hands would be really, really good here. However, we are quite limited in the move pool that we could use, and Landorus is going to lower down our physical attack with Intimidates, and I'm hoping that with our special attackers, we'll be able to take advantage of that. And in the event, Zapdos and Iron Hands comes out first, and in the event that something like this were to happen, like right now, I'm not fully off. So now Fake Out is only going to be directed over to Tornadus, and I'm going to go ahead and just taunt the Zapdos immediately. Well, yeah, because I'm the fastest thing on the field with Fluttermane right now, but Fluttermane's obviously going to get knocked out here soon. So I'm going to taunt the Zapdos to stop Tailwind. Terra Fairy Moonblast into the Iron Hands. Now that Zapdos could be Scarfed, and if it is Scarfed, it's going to be faster than I think Fluttermane by a long shot. I think Zapdos's base speed is like 120. It's not as high as like Voltorb or what is it, Regieleki. It's not as high, but it's still high. They're gonna Terra, it's gonna be the Iron Hands, and it's gonna be Electric. Okay. It's kind of like what I chose, so Ground is really gonna mess it up, but Garchomp isn't here. Sorry. Taunt goes right into the Zapdos, hopefully preventing Tailwind. Moonblast into that slot, which, because it's electric, isn't gonna receive a lot of damage, so about half. That was also a crit, and Tailwind was stopped. Wild Charge goes right into the Tornadus. Maybe the Terra Tornadus would have been better, but you know what? I'm okay with it because the recoil on that move is super beneficial. But now I'm kind of in a hard spot. I got two electric types staring at me. One knows Heavy Slam for sure, and the other one not so much, but Ice Spinner into the Zapdos slot, and we'll finish off, hopefully, Iron Hands with a Moonblast. He should be in range now. It's usually a 3-hit KO, but I don't know about electric. But I am Terra Fairy. with your Iron Hand. So I'm going to go right into that slot to the new Pokemon who may or may not be hit really, really hard. Pelipper comes out, bringing on the rain, which is dope. Moonblast into that Pelipper slot, may have Focus Sash. Let's see what happens. Oh, just barely survives. Ice Spinner will now hit that Zapdos, who is affected by Taunt, and goes down in one hit, but Static will paralyze Chien-Pao. Ooh. Ooh. Now Pelipper can't attack because he was swapped in this turn, so we're looking on the up and up. It's 3-3 so far. Set out Iron Hands again. Now he can Fake Out because I no longer have a way to stop it, but I'm going to Sucker Punch the Pelipper, and I'm going to Moonblast the Iron Hands. Fake Out goes right into the Fluttermane, which is totally fine. Sucker Punch into the Pelipper, I'm going to knock him out, so now he can't attack. And Fluttermane couldn't move due to flinch. Landorus is our final Pokemon, which is going to lower down Chien-Pao's attack, and it's also going to lower down Fluttermane's attack. But Chien-Pao is more impacted for that, and Fluttermane isn't. Ice Spinner is going to go into Landorus, and then we're going to Moonblast right into Iron Hands once again. Moonblast, and Blammo. In range to get the one-hit KO. It's not one hit. I don't know why I said that. Anyway, one hit KO. Landorus with the Rock Slide does enough damage to knock out the Fluttermane, and Chien-Pao barely hangs on. I'm surprised that he moves faster than Chien-Pao. That means that guy is scarfed. But an Ice Spinner right into that slot knocks him out. One hit KO. Let's go. 1-1 so far, folks. Let's get it. All right. Our third match has a Lilligant, Iron Hands, Cresselia, Torkoal, Landorus, and Fluttermane. So a Sun Trick Room variant that could easily sway our team. However, if we play this right, we can 1, stop Trick Room, and 2, take advantage of the Sun as if it was our own. So Lilligant is going to be a Pokemon of contention this round, so we're going to have to do our best to stop it. We're going to go ahead and go with Tornadus and Fluttermane for the possible Trick Room advantage that they might be bringing. Urshifu to deal with Landorus and Torkoal, and it will obviously knock out the Fluttermane. There's not a whole lot that Fluttermane will live through nowadays, unless you put all investments in defenses, and then it's like with Chien-Pao on the field, it's kind of like minute at that point, but there's that. We could bring in Dragonite this time for Iron Hands counter, but other than that, it's like not really doing a whole lot. Iron Hands wouldn't be good to bring in here because Cresselia can know Psychic as well as Moonblast. But I think Dragonite's going to be the best in this situation. I would bring in Chien-Pao, but I don't have an answer to Cresselia currently. Like, I really should try to invest into like a strong dark type that I could use. The fact that I don't is a problem. Maybe I start using other moves with Chien-Pao. Anyway, they open up with Torkoal and Fluttermane, and I open up with Tornadus and Fluttermane as well. Now, Drought is going to activate Photosynthesis, so that's cool. Speed was heightened on their end and on my end as well. So, in this particular situation, we need to turn off the sun. We're going to do that by obviously using Rain Dance, and I'm going to Terra Fairy. I want to Imprison, but they're most likely going to use Dazzling Gleam. Shadow Ball. Terra Fairy. Oops, not Trick Room. Terra Fairy, Moonblast. And I'm going to hit the Fluttermane. Why not? They're going to Terra. Is it the Torkoal? Please let it be Torkoal. It's not. It's Fluttermane. He becomes Fairy. Man, I was really hoping it was Torkoal. Maybe I should run a Sun team next season. I love Sun teams. They're really, really fun. And I'm gonna bring it to Fluttermane, my own Terra with the fairy. So there we go. Now, this is gonna be the cool thing. Rain Dance activates, which is gonna turn off the sun and take out photosynthesis on their side. But guess what happens? Booster energy comes in on my side and turns it right back on. So I'm now the fastest Pokemon on the field. And Moonblast into that slot. Boom. Almost knocking it out. One hit KO. Dazzling Gleam comes out on their side, which is something that I totally thought that they would have. Ooh, Tornadus barely lives with the 8 HP, but it's not going to matter as Fluttermane and Tornadus are taken down by Torkoal's Eruption. But you know what? I'm okay with this outcome because now I get to bring out Dragonite and Urshifu. And Dragonite is going to extreme speed right inside Fluttermane and it's going to knock it out. And Urshifu is faster than Torkoal. And that's going to knock out Torkoal right away. And I'm just going to go ahead and just click this button and click that button. And then we'll just go from here. This should be well into range unless they swap out both. Torkoal gets swapped out. Cresselia? No, Landorus. Ooh. This might help the Fluttermane live. Intimidate's going to drop our attack 1 stage. But that Landorus is not going to like this. Oh, it does not save the Fluttermane. Fluttermane goes down. Surging Strix now goes into Landorus and will now KO. But he has the Rocky Helmet, so it's going to do a little bit of damage to Urshifu on his way out. Whew. Landorus goes down. Torkoal comes out. It's going to reset the weather. And Iron Hands comes out. Okay. Urshifu or Iron Hands, what are you going to do? Are you going to fake out the Dragonite? Or are you going to stop Iron Hand or stop Dragonite? Are you going to hit the Urshifu to prevent Surgeon Strikes from knocking out Torkoal? Or are you going to hit the Dragonite and stop it from doing initial damage? No, neither one. Extreme Speed goes right inside Torkoal's slot. Surgeon Strikes right after that, which is going to lower it past half. It's not going to do as much damage because it is in the sun, which is going to lower down water attacks. But now, Eruption will literally do nothing. But Wild Charge is going to go right into the Urshifu slot, which is going to knock him out, unfortunately. Eruption does 9 damage to Dragonite. And Extreme Speed into the Torkoal slot is going to knock him out now. And there can be no fake outs. But he read me pretty well. He read me pretty well. Torkoal's going to protect. Wild Charge. Ooh, right into the Dragonite slot. It's going to do quite a bit of damage. Now I'm going to Extreme Speed the Iron Hands because Torkoal with its Eruption will not do as much damage. Wild Charge. Boop. Oh, Dragonite goes down. Good call on the Torkoal swap in at the very end. 1 and 2. Let's go. Fourth match has Urshifu, Tornadus, Golden Go, Hisuian Arcanine, Rillaboom, and Iron Hands. Let's see. How should we deal with this team here? So we got Intimidator with Hisuian Arcanine, which has a 1.5 with Rock Slides, which is usually what it carries. We got 2 Fake Out users or possible Fake Out users with Rillaboom and Iron Hands. Now Rillaboom is still a good Pokemon outside the fact because he has Grassy Surge, which heals over time, and he has Wood Hammer, which does a lot of damage with his typing, so it's really good. I don't know what Urshifu it is. I want to say Single Strike. We won't know until he comes out. Golden Go though, that's the person I gotta watch out for. I don't really have anything to do with him, so let's see how we will do this. We'll bring in Tornadus, Chien-Pao to start off, Dragonite to deal with Iron Hands and Golden Go, and Flutter Mane for everything else. Now I should bring in Urshifu, but I'm not, because the minus attack that Hisuian Arcanine could bring in, that could be brought in, is going to make a difference here. Okay, so Iron Hands and Golden Go to start off the match. And what should I do here? I mean, Fake Out is a possible thing. I can't stop anyone here, so I think I'm going to set up for the following turn. Well, I need a Terra so that Wild Charge doesn't insta-kill Tornadus. That's something that I want to try to avoid right away. And I'm going to Sucker Punch the Golden Go, thinking that it's going to attack. It could, but unless it changes its typing here, it might get one hit KO'd right now. But again, Iron Hands is out there. Most likely will have Fake Out, or it could be, you know, Assault Vest, or it could be a Pokemon that has like Sword Dance. I don't know. Sword Dancing on that Pokemon is dangerous, by the way. Like, I want to run a set with Belly Drum just to completely take over the whole Sword Dance thing. Fake Out will go to the Chien-Pao, which is totally fine. Rain Dance. So now I have 100% Bleak Winds, but now Wild Charge doesn't knock me out right away. And here comes Make It Rain, which is going to knock out the Chien-Pao, but it's going to let Tornadus survive. Thankfully, I think it's because of his Terra. It may not be the case, but I'm just gonna chop it up to that and like, I hope. Dragonite will now come out. Tornadus is now gonna go ahead and do Tailwind so I can Stamping Destruction onto Golden Go, who has a -1 in special attack right now. Golden Go will now Terra to Fairy, so now it's not affected by my ground attacks as much. It still gets hit for quite a bit, but it's not as effective. Tailwind, so that I double in speed. Because Dragonite isn't the fastest Pokemon, even though he's set, I believe, to Adamant. Still a little bit of a danger. Tornadus is going to go down with Make It Rain. But I will drop that Golden Go to less than half. Iron Hands will now Wild Charge, which is going to do a lot of damage in the rain. It's hit by Recoil. Now here comes Flutter Mane. Which it's going to be super fast. Speed was heightened. So we'll Moonblast the Golden Go. That should knock it out. And I'll extreme speed. Stomping Tantrum. I kind of want to hit Iron Hands here. He's probably not going to get knocked out. Actually, I'm going to swap that. Moonblast into the Iron Hands, and I'm going to Stomping Tantrum the Golden Go. The Golden Go needs to go down first. Obviously, he's faster. Iron Hands does get swapped out, so that's cool. Here comes the Rillaboom. Oh, I was kidding, but Intimidate's gonna lower down Dragonite's offense one stage, which will probably let Golden Go live, but the Moonblast is gonna do a quarter of the damage instead of half, if not more. Yep, Stomping Tantrum does not do enough damage to knock it out, but there goes Dragonite. Fluttermane is left all by itself. Four versus one. And that's the game, folks. Now, if I had like a spread move there, that might have evened things out a little bit, but I don't. I neglected to not take it. I thought straight in attacks would be better, and it's not. All right, our final match of the day has got Grimmsnarl, his Galarian Moltres. This is gonna be dope. Urshifu, Golden Go, Landorus, and Amoonguss. I am super stoked and excited to see what Galarian Moltres is gonna do, actually. I love that Pokemon. He's so cool looking. His shiny form just makes him look like just regular Moltres, and it trips people up all the time. Because the animations, like the physical animations, are different, but people just go by color, so they don't really look, and it's so funny. Okay, so I think the best option is to walk in with Iron Hands Fluttermane, which is a really weird combination, but we do that so that we could possibly have an open for Grimmsnarl and Moltres, bring in Chien-Pao and Dragonite in the back. They don't have anyone that is Tailwind appropriate. They have Grimmsnarl, which is going to lower damage instead of increases damage, or its speed. So instead of trying to beat the speed battle, because I'm pretty fast, I think I'm faster than everything on that side of the field. Instead of trying to beat it with a speed battle, which they open up with Grimmsnarl and Moltres, I am just going to try to beat them up regardless. All right, so this is going to be a very interesting matchup here. We're going to go ahead and fake out Grimmsnarl so it doesn't get anything up. Terra, Fairy, Moonblast into the Moltres slot. Fiery Wrath is so powerful, especially if you get Berserk off. So if I don't knock it out, that Fiery Wrath with the +1 is going to be really, really hurtful. They're also going to Terra, and it's Moltres. Let's go. And it's poison. All right. Fake out right into Grimmsnarl. You can't do anything this turn. Thank you, buddy. Nice try. Moonblast right into the Galarian Moltres, which is definitely not going to knock it out now. It does not proc Berserk though, but I will lower its special attack one stage. Nasty Plot will now kick in. Okay. So now we can Heavy Slam right into the Grimmsnarl slot. And you know what? I'm just going to go straight into... I'm going to double into that slot. I'm going to double into that slot so I can knock it out right now. Because here comes Reflect, which is going to lower down physical moves. Moonblast. Right into... Oh, not... Boosh. Knocks it out. Should have done Light Screen first. But now... Ooh, Tailwind on that side of the field. Interesting. Heavy Slam will now kick in. It does a little bit of damage, but not too much. Okay, they're going to send out Landorus. Interesting. So Drain Punch isn't going to do anything on that side of the field. I can do Heavy Slam again, or I could do Thunder Punch, which is actually his typing here. It does very little to Thunder, so Thunder Punch anyway. I could do Heavy Slam and do a lot. I could swap too. That's also something I could do. I could swap to bring out maybe Dragonite. It would be really, really helpful here. but I think I'm gonna wait until they make a move first. So Heavy Slam into that slot, and I'm gonna Shadow Ball, Moon Blast into Landorus as well. I'm gonna knock him out as fast as much as possible. Ooh! Ooh! Super effective in Iron Hands. He survives. Berserk gets procced off by the +1 attack. And a berry will now kick off. It looks like it was Citrus Berry on the... Sorry, it was a move. That was such a move. Air Slash will come in and knock out the Flutter Mane. That Earthquake did a lot of damage to everyone. I don't know if they accounted that Earthquake would do that, or they're just trying to get like the proc off of, you know, the berry. I don't know, but Landorus is gonna down, and my Flutter Mane follows before it. Not follows. Well, my Flutter Mane's gonna fall, and then yeah. So now Dragonite's gonna come in. They're gonna send out their final Pokemon, which is Golden Go. Okay. Heavy Slam into... Yeah, I'm gonna Thunder Punch, and then I want a Stomping Tantrum. I really do. But I think Extreme Speed's gonna be like the best benefit here. But he's got Tailwind. How long does he have Tailwind? 2 more turns. So Stomping, I'm not gonna take any risks. I'm just gonna go right into the Stomping Tantrum. Battle was canceled. Never mind. We went 2 and 3. They were down to the last 2 Pokemon. I mean, Moltres was injured, but it wasn't enough to where it wasn't winnable. They had Tailwind. They could have like turned it around. We ended exactly on 7,000, which is really, really funny. But we ended at 32 and 28. We're only 4 above our loss record, which is totally fine. Let's see, 32 and 28, and we will extend this out. There we go. So not just a little bit further, so it doesn't do that again. So our 53% win rate out of our 60 games so far, which isn't that bad. That last match though, I feel like they would have turned the battle around if they would have done something a little bit different. Air Slash is a good pick for Moltres, but I saw that they had Nasty Plot, Tailwind, and Air Slash. I don't know what the 4th move would have been. Maybe Protect. Fiery Wrath is something that you could have used, but you were twice as fast as I was, and I can't click into Extreme Speed with Golden Go on that side. Now Terra Poison is also something that's really, really good. I obviously didn't have an answer for ground types because you can't clearly see that on the team preview, but Stomping Tantrum does help out with not needing one. But I find it very, very interesting that you can do that all the time with like tricking out your opponents. I also like the fact that you can bring in like Landorus or like Grimmsnarl to kind of do a little bit more. I think the parting weight, or like the parting of the battles, I guess, what made it seem so winnable to me is that I took out Grimmsnarl before it was able to do anything really. It lowered down physical damage that I could have done, but you couldn't get Light Screen up. You couldn't like Fake Out or Parting or even Spirit Breaker. You couldn't really do anything with Grimmsnarl. Then when I took Landorus out, I think that was kind of like the setting in the stone. But again, their last open with Golden Go and Moltres was still winnable in my eyes. Like they could have done quite a bit. My Iron Hands was less than half health. My Dragonite just came out after Flutter Mane got knocked out during that turn. I think their biggest upset was when Landorus decided to do Earthquake instead of doing just Stomping Tantrum, because there was no way I was going to take care of that Moltres unless Dragonite comes out, and I wasn't going to sacrifice Dragonite to do a little bit more damage. There was no way. I was just going to let a free switch in happen like with the Flutter Mane getting knocked out. So I don't really have an MVP because it's like the first time I'm coming back after a week. I think all the Pokemon did fairly well here. If anything, I probably would say like Tornadus needs like a little bit more change up just because it's not able to survive some attacks, but it's able to live others. But with Iron Hands, Rillaboom, and Fluttermane being so prevalent in the meta right now, I think if I build a team, I would probably have to try to make it so that they last longer if they directly correlate or get knocked out by him, regardless of what their stats are. So maybe that could be something that we do in the future. You guys let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of how the matches went today. Did I fix any of your your addictions? I know I've been missing battles like this for a while. I don't battle on the cartridge off screen. I would much rather have it all recorded so you guys can see the progress from start to finish. But I will say this. In the next season, if I get in the Master Ball tier within the first like 10 videos or so, we're gonna start making like some obvious changes and like doing something different with the teams, because the whole point of the series is to go from Great Ball all the way up using a team and then changing stuff there. And it seemed like this team was just built to just take wins, and it was just so close. Like it wasn't so like, what am I trying to say here? It looked like the team was great enough. It's great enough to compete in a regional. It's probably good enough to get day 2. I don't know if it's going to go further, but it's enough that it caused Master Ball tier to happen so quickly. So I like that. But in season 10, if that happens again, we'll have another discussion of what we should do with the team, because I do want to play around with it and just kind of see what we can create. Maybe change some EVs around, not really mess with the IVs. There's no way to do that besides hyper training, and it just maxes them out anyway, so we can't really do anything. But EVs especially, we can change around that quite a bit. But that's the end of the video. I want to thank you guys for watching as far as you have. Leave a comment down below if you guys would like to chat about today's video, the battles, the teams, whatever you guys have in mind. I do reply to any and all comments down below. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't, subscribe if you're new. We have a monthly goal to try to hit 400 by the end of the month and 1,000 by the end of the year. And from our previous growth spurts, I believe that we can hit it, and I know that we can with your guys' help. So that's it for me. Happy Friday. I will be posting pretty much the rest of the weekend. I can't make up 4 days. There's just no physical possibility of me doing that, but I can at least still post tomorrow, which is Saturday, and I will post again on Sunday. That way you guys have more content to watch, and I'll continue posting through the following week. Now, I do originally post 6 days a week, and if you guys want to help even more, turn on the notification, but I do post Monday through Saturday of Pokemon battles that I fight online. So, I know that was a lot. I apologize. I really do apologize. It's been a while since I've done this. I'm losing my voice already. You can already tell, I think. But thank you so much for watching. Happy Friday again, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Till then, have a good one. Peace.